Welcome, and thank you for attending the online volunteer orientation. My name is Lisa Bragg, Program Director here at the Center. I work with the volunteer and foster care programs, humane education, and event planning. Today, we're going to talk about who we are as an animal center, who's on our staff, and who our volunteers are. We moved into our new building in 2015. Our address is 3910 Napoleon Lane in Iowa City. We are located on the south side of Iowa City off of Gilbert, next to the softball fields and Iowa City Street Maintenance. Here's our website. We're on Instagram and Facebook. Check us out. Let's talk about the name of our facility, Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center. I really like the name of our facility because it doesn't say animal control and it doesn't say the pound. Animal sheltering has come so far as an industry. Shelters are doing so much more than just impounding animals. Our priority is animal services. That means we are here to protect the public from the threat of rabies and to make sure that there are no loose domesticated animals running around. We are a municipal animal shelter. We fall under a division of the Iowa City Police Department. We also have a budget within this department. We take in almost 3,000 animals a year. We have the ability to hold close to 100 cats, 30 dogs, and we have a dedicated small mammal room. There are 6 full-time staff, 4 part-time staff, and we have hundreds of volunteers. It takes all of us working together to keep the shelter running smoothly. Chris is our supervisor. Chad, Shauna, and Shannon are at the front desk. Jonte and Jim are animal service officers. Jen and Connie are in animal care. Amy, Jennifer, and Kelsey are part-time kennel assistants. As you start volunteering, you will have lots of questions. The staff is here to help you. The following cities have signed a contract with Iowa City, and the Animal Center provides them with animal services. Iowa City, Coralville, University Heights, the U of I, and unincorporated Johnson County. Even though several other cities are very close to us, we cannot provide animal services to them. Some cities chose not to take part in the service contract. One of the most frequently asked questions we receive is the center a no-kill shelter? And the answer is no. We are an open admissions shelter, which means that we take animals within our jurisdiction regardless of their personality, age, history, or health. Therefore, some animals will not be appropriate for adoption. The staff members evaluate each animal as an individual, and we do not discriminate based on breed. There's no time limit on how long an adoptable animal stays at the shelter. We strive to ensure that our animals remain healthy and are given every opportunity to find a new home. If an animal becomes sick, stressed, or exhibits extremely challenging behavior, steps are taken to treat these conditions, working with available veterinarian and behavioral assistants and using responsible foster homes to get the animal into a less stressful environment. If efforts to treat an illness or a behavioral problem fail and an animal is not showing signs of recovery, euthanasia may be warranted. Remember when I mentioned earlier that shelters are doing so much more than just impounding animals? Well, here's a list of programs that our shelter offers. Everything from public safety to disaster response to fostering. Friends of the Animal Center Foundation is a local nonprofit that helps support some of our programs. They have been fundraising for us since 1999. They pledged a goal of $1 million towards this building, and they met that goal. Please check out their website at www.facf.org to find out more about this wonderful group. FACF also accepts volunteers. Let's take a look at some of those programs we offer. First is the medical support program. It used to be that if an animal came in sick or injured, it was euthanized. Maybe it had been hit by a car or it had an ulcerated eye. Now, with this program in place, we can save those animals. Our foster care program. Our fosters are volunteers that agree to take selected shelter animals into their homes until they're ready to be adopted. It could be that the animal is too young to be in the shelter. Maybe they need some recovery time after surgery, or we're running low on space. Regardless of the reason, the animals are returned to the shelter when they are ready for the adoption floor. In 2017, our fosters helped with over 400 kittens. That's 400 kittens that didn't have to grow up in the shelter environment. That's 400 lives that were saved. If you are interested in being part of our foster program, please contact me. The food bank. Sometimes an owner may have fallen on hard times, lost their job, or had some unexpected expenses come up and they can't afford their pet food. They come to us and we can help them get through the tough spot. Animal enrichment. This is a big part of what you will do as a volunteer. We don't want our animals to sit in their kennels day in and day out. They need exercise and playtime. Not just physical exercise, but mental exercise too. Our cats have play equipment and our dogs love their mental puzzles. We have a shelter dog training program. We partner with Spot & Company, a local dog trainer in town, and they save us one spot in every basic obedience program that they offer. A volunteer then takes the chosen adoptable dog to these classes, and the dog earns their certificate at the end of class. Not only do we have dogs that attend obedience school, but our volunteers are continuously working with the adoptable dogs to reinforce good behavior and manners. Another frequent question that we get is, how do our animals end up in the shelter? Sometimes they come in as strays. Maybe the public found them wandering around and brought the animal to us. Maybe the public called and our officers went and picked the animal up. We will hold the animal 5 to 10 days to give the owners a chance to reclaim their pet. If no one steps forward, the animal is assessed for the adoption floor. Owner relinquish means that an owner has surrendered their animal. For whatever reason, the owner can no longer keep their pet. Maybe it's a divorce situation, or maybe they've lost their job and can't afford to house the pet any longer. Maybe they have to move. We will do our best to get that animal rehomed. It could be welfare impoundment. This happens in cases of neglect or cruelty. We obtain a court order and we can seize those animals. Sometimes it's a disaster. It could be a huge disaster like a flood or a tornado. Sometimes it's a personal disaster like your house caught on fire. Where would you go? Can your pet join you? What happens if they don't take pets? We can hold your animal for 10 days, giving you time to put a plan in place. Okay, let's talk about our volunteers. Who are you? Well, you come from all walks of life, and you have many different talents. We have teachers, professors, accountants, doctors, students, retirees, and stay-at-home parents. As soon as the center needs something special, I put out an email to everybody. Maybe we need staffing. Maybe we need help with a special project or an animal transport. Between all of you, there will be someone out there who can help. You all have something in common, and that's your love for animals. I don't ever hear people who want to volunteer at the shelter because they hate cats. Usually it's just the opposite. I hear people say that they want to volunteer with the animals because they don't like people. But I'm going to tell you, if you fall into this category, volunteering with us may not work for you. Being able to engage people is a vital part of a successful shelter. Our volunteer age starts at 13 with our Kids and Pets program. If you are 13, 14, or 15, you team up with your parent. If you are 16 or 17, you volunteer on your own with a waiver signed by your parent. What do you do? Well, in all honesty, there's a lot of cleaning. The best compliment anyone can pay us is to tell us that the center doesn't smell. It takes all of us, the staff and the volunteers, to keep the shelter clean and welcoming. You will help reduce animal stress. This can be a very scary place for them when they first come in. Just a few soft, gentle words from you can go a long way to helping them feel more comfortable. We do classical conditioning and reward-based training with our animals. We do not use any negative training methods. Everything is positive and reward-based. And customer service. Customer service is an important part of volunteering. When our customers come in, they need to be greeted with a smile and a "Hi, how can I help you?" If we are rude to them or we ignore them, they will leave. And when they leave, an animal just lost its chance at being adopted. We have all been somewhere that didn't offer good customer service. How did that make you feel? Did you want to go back there? Did you tell your friends and family not to go there? We don't want that to happen. What kind of qualities are we looking for in volunteers? Be responsible. If you sign up, show up. If you sign up to work an event or a shift at the shelter and you don't show or contact us to cancel, you're not going to be a good fit for the program. Animals and people are depending on you. Speak up. This is your program. It's your free time. If you think something can be done different or better, let us know. Your ideas are welcomed and encouraged. If you have questions, ask. Be safe. We are not working with lions and tigers, but we are working with animals that have teeth and claws. Safety needs to be first. Be supportive of the staff. There may be decisions that you don't agree with, and that's okay. But be supportive of those decisions. The last thing the staff needs is to be yelled at for doing their job. Be sensitive to what our customers may be going through. When you see someone surrender their animal, it may make you mad or sad. But stop and think about it. What do these customers need from us? A safety net for their animals, not for us to point our fingers at them and tell them that they are bad owners. Be calm and collected. Your energy level will affect the animals. Be a good listener and follow directions. This will ensure your safety. Use your common sense. If it doesn't seem right, it's probably not right. Don't be squeamish. How many of you had to pick up poop today? It's a daily activity here. We must clean up after the animals. It might be poop, pee, vomit, but if you say, "Oh my gosh, that's gross, I am not doing that," then this may not be the right place for you to volunteer. Be flexible. Sometimes you come in to walk dogs, but when you get to the shelter, you find that they've all been adopted. Please be flexible. Maybe you can help with dishes or laundry instead. Be self-motivated. You are here because you want to volunteer. Don't be shy. Come on in. Be observant. You are our eyes and ears. You will be spending a lot of time with those animals. If you see something that isn't right, please let us know. Let's talk about essential capabilities. These are things that most people are not thinking about when they decide they want to volunteer at the shelter. Most people are thinking fun, puppies, and kittens. But you need to think about having some essential capabilities. Do you have quick reflexes? What if the cat jumps out of your arms? Do you have manual dexterity? Can you open a kennel door and hold a dog on the leash at the same time? You need to be able to read, write, and communicate in English. There are a lot of signs on the kennels that you need to understand. Can you remember instructions? Once your training class is over, we don't follow you around making sure that you're doing everything correctly. Can you cope with unexpected animal behavior? What if that dog jumps on you and knocks you down? What if that cat is hissing at you? We do have two important rules here at the center. The first is no cell phones. You cannot be talking on your cell phone and working with the animals. You need to be paying attention to that animal. They are constantly talking to us. with their body language. And if you're on the phone and not paying attention, you may miss an important signal. You are welcome to have your phone with you. And if you need to take a call, put your animal away and step into the hall. We are asking that you volunteer 2 hours a month. That doesn't seem like a lot of time, does it? Let's check it out. Here's the hours that you can volunteer. Monday through Friday, we're open to the public from 10:30 to 5:30. On Saturdays, we close at 3. And on Sundays, we're closed to the public, but volunteers can still come in until 3. If you work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, think about if you really have the time to volunteer. Once the weekend rolls around, do you have family obligations? Do you have kids in sports? Church obligations? Are you only available in the evenings when the shelter's closed? We do ask that our volunteers sign up for shifts using an online scheduling calendar that you will learn how to use in training class. We do have an early morning cleaning session. During the week, dog cleaning starts at 6:30 in the morning and cat cleaning is at 7:30. On weekends, you get to sleep an extra 30 minutes. Those that come in at daybreak and help clean the kennels are our superheroes. We ask that everyone signs up for 2 morning cleaning sessions a year. We want you to understand the cleaning protocols and why they are so important. Okay, let's talk about the realities of being in the shelter. It can be a fun and exciting and rewarding place. You get to give back to your community. It's easy to make new friends because you all have the love of animals in common. You get to see the adoptions happen and know that you had a part in that. Maybe you showed Fluffy to Mrs. Jones and now she's being adopted. You did that. It can also be a hard, sad, and difficult place. Remember that these animals are not therapy animals. They are not trained to sit still while you pet them over and over again. Nor is it a petting zoo. We want you to socialize the animals, following protocols in place that keeps everyone healthy. And it's not just about socializing animals. There are many other things that do need to be done. Some animals may have zoonotic disease like ringworm, giardia, tapeworm. These diseases can be spread from animals to humans. Hand washing is very important. And there are rules to follow. Not everyone is a rule follower. Odors. This place may not smell the best at 6:30 in the morning. We also use bleach and other chemicals that may bother some people. It can be a revolving door, or you may see compassion fatigue. It can be tough to volunteer in this field. We are the voice for those who cannot speak. It may seem that as soon as we get one animal adopted, 2 more come in. Please come and talk to me about how you're feeling and if you find volunteering in the shelter emotionally difficult. So what are you going to wear when you're volunteering? Closed-toed shoes are mandatory. No flip-flops or sandals. You will have a name tag and a vest that helps identify you as a volunteer. Once you get 10 volunteer hours, you will receive a free volunteer t-shirt. If you need to ask yourself, should I wear this to volunteer in? Then you probably shouldn't wear it. We train animals here using the Open Paw program. We believe that well-behaved animals get adopted faster than animals that are acting frantic or scared. We reward good behavior and ignore the bad behavior. We do not use any negative training methods. There are no choke chains or prong collars. Everything is treat motivated or verbally praised. Remember, your safety, the animal's safety, and public safety are our #1 priorities. If you cannot safely handle an animal, then we cannot allow you to handle that animal. There are different levels of training when you volunteer with adoptable dogs. Everyone starts at level 1, and you move up to the next level based on your ability and your comfort. There are no time frames for this. Level 1 and 2 volunteers will socialize the dogs. At this level, we teach the dogs to greet people nicely, and they get rewarded with a treat or verbal praise. Level 2 is desensitizing the dogs to people going in and out of their kennels and getting used to being touched, teaching them that they don't have to jump all over us. Your presence is now their reward. Level 3 is about using treats and praise as a lure to have the dogs follow basic commands. And level 4 is dog walking. Dog volunteers don't start out as dog walkers. It's a level that you achieve. Our cat volunteers focus on socializing and playtime. Understanding cat body language is an important part of being a cat volunteer, along with helping potential adopters meet our cats. What are you really going to do as a volunteer? Well, it's a little bit of everything. Maybe the dogs need a bath before they go home to their new families. Laundry needs to be folded and put away. Dogs need to be worked with in their kennels. The cats want to come out and play, but at the same time, we need to make sure that their kennels are clean and comfortable. Those small animals also want love. Laundry, dishes, cleaning. Did we mention this already? Volunteers help us behind the scenes with special events. Those dogs need walked. The dogs don't care if it's 80 degrees or 40. They still want to go out for walks. And a 20-minute dog walk is not a luxury that our staff can accommodate in their hectic schedules. Information tables, where we talk to the public about who we are and what we do. Humane education, teaching the kids about dog bite prevention and being a responsible pet owner. Customer service. It's up to us to wait on the customers and potential adopters. Your next step will be to complete the orientation quiz using a link provided in my original email. Once you submit your quiz, the system will grade it and let us know when you pass. Then we will send you the volunteer application. Complete and submit the application, and a background check will be requested. Everyone over the age of 18 must pass the background check. We will not accept volunteers with charges of domestic violence, drugs, theft, or animal abuse. Once your background check is complete, we will email you the volunteer manual along with an invitation to sign up for our hands-on volunteer training classes offered here at the shelter. There are classes offered for cat volunteers, dog volunteers, and there's even classes for small animals. Each class is mandatory if you wish to volunteer with that type of animal. Our animals and staff can't say thank you enough for wanting to volunteer with us. We have a great team here, and we look forward to having you join us.